So the PS4 version of Diablo 3 comes with all the great content from the original Diablo 3, plus the content from Reaper of Souls. So that includes the Crusader, Act 5, Loot 2.0, the new Paragon system, Adventure Mode, all that great stuff is going to be included in what we're calling the Ultimate Evil Edition. In addition to that, you get some of the really cool console-specific features. So obviously a big winner for us has been the same screen co-op, where you can play with up to 4 people on the same screen, on the same couch. And we think that's really a uniquely console way to experience Diablo 3. Like, there's nothing more fun than playing with your friends, and especially when they're sitting right next to you and you can trash talk with them. So that's going to be a continued feature for the PS4 that's going to be really cool. In addition to that, we're bringing some new social features to the PS4. Some of the things that we're looking at bringing into the PS4 version are player mail, player gifts, and what we're calling Avenger kills. So I can speak a little bit about each of those. So player mail is basically what it sounds like. So you can send a gift to your friend, a gift to your friend through the mail. Player gifts is a little bit of a twist on that. So let's say you're out adventuring in the world, and you get a legendary item that drops. There's a small chance that a secondary legendary item could spawn off of that, and it would be labeled like, gift for Jesse, right? And when you click on it, it would go directly to your friend. When they go to their mailbox and they open it up, they would see a gift. When they open it, it would roll for them for the character that they're on at that time. So it's kind of a way to kind of share like your good fortune with your friend without feeling like you have to pick and choose which loot you want to send directly to them. This is something we're looking at specifically for the PS4 version, to be able to have some social features that will kind of take advantage of the PlayStation Network and specifically. The PS4 has a lot of horsepower, especially compared to the PS3, so we get a lot of really nice graphical improvements from the PS3 to the PS4. So the game is running at native 1080p right now. We get a few additional graphical bells and whistles, like you'll see some reflections in the game and some things like that. So I think players are going to notice a significant graphical improvement. We've always put a premium on frame rate. Like, we think Diablo 3 as an action RPG has to feel super smooth, even when you're playing with 4 players on the same screen. But the additional horsepower of the PS4 just makes that, even more solid. One thing that we're really excited about is that we are committed to having players be able to transfer their characters from the PS3 version over to the PS4 version. So they'll be able to keep all the progress, their items, everything that they've done up to this point, and bring it forward with them if and when they upgrade to the PS4. The PlayStation 4 has some new features built into the DualShock 4 controller that we're looking at the best ways that we can take advantage of them. One of the cool features is the light bar that's on the back of the controller. So one of the simple things that we've done is just kind of color code that light bar to your player color character in the game. So, as your player 1 through 4 have colors associated with them, those get matched to the controller. So, like, a couple people put their controllers down to go get a snack and come back. It's like, oh yeah, I'm green. Little thing, it's kind of fun. The touchpad is something we've looked at pretty deeply. It's something that we're really interested in taking advantage of. It's not something that you want to really loop into combat or maybe heavy menu navigation, because you're doing that a lot and it starts to get tiresome actually with the way that it's positioned on the controller with your thumbs. But it is a really awesome way to be able to shortcut some of the stuff that you do a lot in the game. So like one of the things we're looking at is using it to just to quickly swipe on it to bring up your objective text again, so you can kind of remember like, oh, what was I doing? Where do I need to go? We're also looking at using it to bring over some features that were in the PC version that we weren't able to bring over to console, just because we were lacking some buttons on the controller at that point. One of the things that's been requested a lot from our players is the ability to do emotes in the game, particularly if you're playing online with friends. Maybe if you don't have headsets to do voice chat, it'd be nice to just be able to quickly kind of emote and say like, hey, let's go this way, or this is for you, or whatever some of the built-in PC emotes are. So we're looking at how we can use the touchpad for gestural language to be able to do emotes. When we were bringing the game over originally from PC to the PS3, there were some things that were very natural right out of the gate. So, direct control of the character made a lot of sense, using the analog stick to drive your character around. Having kind of direct access to your powers on the face button made a lot of sense. Some of the biggest challenges for us were really centered around user interface. So Diablo is a very complex game with very deep menus that have a lot of information on them, and you need to constantly be comparing items to see, is the thing that I just picked up better than what I already have, because that's the core loop of the game. So that was a pretty big challenge for us to figure out how can we present this in a friendly way with, we wanted to streamline it, but we didn't want to streamline it so much that it was losing the core of the game. So we went through many, many, many iterations. The thing that finally worked for us was the radial menu that we moved to, where instead of seeing all of your inventory in one big loot bag like you do on the PC, you're actually looking at items on a slot-by-slot basis. Because when you're looking at belts, really all you care about is, are the belts in my bag better than the belt I'm wearing right now? And that was sort of an easy way to kind of streamline how to look at your gear for the player. One of the awesome features of the PS4 is that remote play is built into the system so that you can stream it straight over to your Vita and see it on the screen there. So we're in the very earliest stages of investigating that. It was something that we think would be super cool for the players, and we just need to make sure it's going to work and be readable and be a good experience for the player. I'm really excited to be bringing you guys Reaper of Souls for PS4 in 2014.